Putting it in the Vancouver zone. John Hughes hustling to it back of Bromley. 2 minutes gone. Second period. It's 1-0 Buffalo. 34 seconds left with the penalties to Gare and Rhoda, who've had something going since the game started. Gradin along the boards, trying to dig out the puck. It's covered up in skates, and the play stops.
We asked Bob Mano before this game if he felt playoff pressure.
Well, you get to feel a little bit around here. Our backs are against the wall to win, but I don't think we have as much pressure on us as the teams that have finished way up in the standings above us.
Voice of Bob Mano.
Perreault and Gradin on the faceoff. Sabres wind up in possession as Schoenfeld feeds it to Rick Sealing. Moving in on Kevin McCarthy. Perreault dangerously trailing the play, but the puck didn't get through to him. This is Gradin shooting it in. Easily handled by Sauvé. There's nothing much happen on that potential 3-on-2. Sauvé comes out of the net. Meal runs at him and bumps him. Puck came around on the boards. This is Perreault. He's got a lot of moves. Moving in on McCarthy. Took a shot. Easily handled by Bromley. McCarthy took Perreault to the inboard. They rough it up a bit. Puck intercepted by Hughes. Failed to get it to Rhoda, who just came out of the penalty box with Gare. Schoenfeld puts it off the boards. Hughes scoops it into Buffalo territory. Icing indicated. Schoenfeld gets to the puck. Icing called on Vancouver. Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from Vancouver.
You've got your sunrise. You caught a prize. Your mate and your Johnson. Party nights, summer whites. You, your friends and your Johnson. Rooster tails, water trails. You, your kids and your Johnson. Saturday nights, distant lights. You, your girl and your Johnson.
You and your Johnson, a way of life for over 50 years.
Face off in Vancouver territory to Bromley's left. Number 19, Derek Smith against Vancouver's number 16, Ole Brassard, but Lupul moved offside. So did Ashton. The two rookies out there for Vancouver. Sabres win the draw. Playfair from the point, a wrist shot. Oh, just ticked off the far side of the post. Puck is put back over the glass. Onside, says the linesman. Here's a chance for McKechnie. Bromley made the save, and a lot of people thought that play had gone offside, but Swede Knox is onside. Battle for the puck in the corner as it slides out to center ice. Buffalo's outshot Vancouver 12-9 so far in the game. Lead 1-0. This is Brent Ashton to Brassard. For Ashton. Oh, it's just wide as he was going to the front of the net. Battle back of the goal. Ashton getting the puck out of his feet. Now to Brassard. A backhander went wide. Ashton hustles to the puck again. Off the boards for Brassard. Slides it back behind the net for Ashton. Couldn't pick it up. Brassard in the corner. Bumped by Mike Ramsey. Lupul joins them. Puck lift loose. Gare covering it up. He'll get a face-off.
Good pressure there by those young Vancouver Canucks, Howie. Ashton stirring things up in there along with little Lupul. He looks about 12 years old, this youngster from Powell River, British Columbia. But stirs things up, and Ashton probably had his best shift right there of this game.
Both these youngsters played extremely well last night, and it speaks for good things to happen to the Vancouver Canucks. Yes, next year they're still babes in arms, and little Gary Lupul, when he adds a half step to his speed going through center, is going to be not a good hockey player, but a very, very good hockey player.
Perreault and Boldyrev on that face-off. The Sabres getting possession. Van Boxmeer from behind the net cleared it to center. The Vancouver defense, Mano has the puck. The other one is 27 Snaps. Up front, Boldyrev number 9 between Rhoda 18 and Butler 17. Van Boxmeer checked by Rhoda. Rhoda playing with a lot of enthusiasm tonight. And he was quite a verbal target of Scotty Bowman during the game last night from the bench, apparently. Another sidelight to the controversy surrounding these weekend games in Vancouver. Darcy Rhoda, 3-on-2 with Butler and Smith. Smith takes the pass, drops it to Rhoda. He shoots. Sauvé made a fine save. Smith in front. Sauvé stopped it again. He scores. Darcy Rhoda scores on a rebound. It's 1-all.
Well, you can almost feel that goal coming. The shift before with the two kids put on tremendous pressure. I think they just shamed some of the older guys into saying, hey, look at those two little guys go. They're playing with enthusiasm. They're playing like, hey, they believe that they can win and we can win, and that's just what the next shift did. Went out, and Rhoda comes in, picks up the rebound there. There's the shot by Rhoda. Now watch Van Boxmeer stand around and not even try to pick up Rhoda. He plays the puck, and when you play the puck in front of your net in this game, the red light usually goes on.
Mulder and Smith get the assist on the goal. It's 4:42. It's 1-all. Smeal racing after the puck with Richie Dunn. Dunn takes a whack at it. It goes off Smeal into the crowd.
Very big goal for Vancouver, Howie, because one thing they didn't want to let Buffalo do again was get up a couple of goals on them. And that's a terrifically important goal coming this early in this second period, 1-1.
We can't say enough about the work of Harold Smith, both on defense and at that time on offense as well. He knew that Mulder was coming in on the far wing. He got the puck over to him and then hung tight to take a man out in front of the crease.
And that's the first goal Vancouver has scored on Bob Sauvé. 84 minutes and 42 seconds before they beat him. Kurt Fraser with the puck. Tied up by Richie Dunn. Green to Smeal. Try to get it to the point. It's blocked. Loose. Hit by Smeal. The puck went around in the corner to Craig Ramsey. Fraser moves to him. Didn't bump him very hard, but he did bump him. The puck is cleared to center ice. Hughes to McCarthy, but they're offside. This is Stanley Cup 80 from Vancouver.
Why don't we discuss it over there?
You gotta have heart. You gotta have heart. Miles and miles and miles of heart. Miles of heart. If you're gonna brew a beer with great taste, there's only one place to start. Molson Light has got heart. It's got heart. Molson Light has got heart.
Join the movement to light.
Ted Reynolds along with Howie Meeker and Jim Robson in the booth at the Pacific Coliseum, where it's Buffalo 1, Vancouver 1, 14:30 left, second period.
Don Luce winning a face-off, as he often does. The Sabres clearing the puck out, but it went over the glass and out of play. At this time, I'd like to pass along a special hello to all hospital patients and shut-ins, those who can't get out to hockey games. Hope you're enjoying our Hockey Night in Canada telecast. And in that regard, I think we'll include a hello to Roger Doucette in Montreal, and wish him a speedy recovery. Kevin McCarthy, who's been playing exceptional hockey, and he has a hairline fracture in his foot, suffered late in the regular season, may have to have a cast put on that foot after the season is over. And he hopes, of course, the season continues for some time. He's played very well. A hard hit by Smeal in the corner on height, but the Sabres come out as Richie Dunn carries the puck. At the line for Craig Ramsey. Moving in, getting in close. Takes a shot, Brownlee stopped it. Rebound cleared away. There's been a penalty in front of the net. And whoever was hit in front is injured and down on the ice. It may be Craig Ramsey. We'll wait to make sure. There's a punch thrown by Smeal. And you see the tempers flaring. And there's a lot of feeling.
Smeal and Height had something going behind the play following it up, Jim. And then it was Gare, I think, and he's been in on everything that's happened, the captain of this Buffalo club tonight. The penalty was called as the Buffalo player went down in front of the Vancouver net.
Well, with the score, the Canucks won, the Sabres won. This is Stanley Cup 80.
If you drive a pickup or a van, you probably saw this newspaper ad. It says Ford, #1 in fuel economy ratings, 6 in V8, #1 for all North American-built pickups and vans. The best pickup, the best van, based on Transport Canada-approved test methods. You know, these tough Ford trucks have been the best-selling pickups and vans in Canada for a long time now. And with their ratings and today's gas prices, they'll be even more popular. See them all at a Ford or Mercury dealer.
Well, Craig Ramsey, number 10, is the player who's injured on the play. That's Smeal hauling him down there. That's Gare, the captain of the team, and right after that, Gare and Smeal slashed at each other, so there they are, Smeal in the penalty box for 2. And Danny Gare is back in again, and he spent a great deal of this game in the penalty box. All of the minors, mind you, but he's been very much involved.
Smeel getting a double minor and Gare a single minor.
The way Smeel stuck at the Ramsey there, you'd think during the summertime he's done some work on the farm. I'll tell you, just put that stick under his arm and threw it up, load of hay up in the old hay wagon, just like it didn't weigh a pound. Strong youngster.
Face-off coming up in Vancouver territory. Gare getting a single minor. Buffalo's got 12 minutes in the game now. Vancouver has 16 with that double minor to Stan Smeel. Of course, at this stage, the teams are 5 aside. Smeel's penalties are for slashing and roughing. Gare for roughing. This is Perreault. Bromley stopped him. Perreault from behind the net, centering it. Oh, it was almost tipped in by Andre Savard. Number 12 for Buffalo, seeing limited ice time. First game in the series for him. The former Boston Bruin from Temiskaming, Quebec. This is Ole Brasser. Weaving back towards his own line. To Mano. To Lupo. He has a good shot. Didn't get a good shot away, though. It went high. Sauve covers up the puck. It's going to be a penalty. Now Vancouver will have the man advantage, 5 against 4.
Well, there's another penalty, and that evens things up. Looks like Jim Schoenfeld is getting the call here for hauling, although Van Boxmeer was in on it, but I think he called Schoenfeld. Could have called either one of them, I guess, really. That evens it up, although it's not quite even yet because Smeel has got a double minor. But he's the only Canuck in the penalty box, so now there are 2 Buffalo.
Lupo with his hustle had the puck. He's being challenged by 2 defensemen. He just shot it in and then took off for the rebound. And the hooking incident, just as it happened, I looked down at Scotty Bowman. He shook his head, put his hand over his forehead, and headed for the ice bucket. I would imagine he was wishing there was something better in that bucket than ice.
I tell you, Scotty,
type of penalty.
Scotty leads the league in ice bucket, I'll tell you that. There's Ron Hogarth. He's working hard to keep control of things here. Of course, Scotty Bowman is recognized, I think, as the best coach in the game, and his percentage is the finest of any coach who's a long record in the NHL. He's second in the NHL history in wins behind Dick Irvin, but he's gaining on that total, too. McCarthy couldn't keep it onside. Mano racing to get to the puck just ahead of Craig Ramsey. Mano chased by Ramsey. Mano rounded the boards to McCarthy. Now to Chris Odleson. Bolderev coming out with him. Tips the puck in, goes after it. Slowed up, couldn't get to the puck. Craig Ramsey clears it out. The score is 1-all. We just passed the 7-minute mark of the second period. There's 44 seconds left in Gare's minor. Right now, the Canucks with an edge in manpower as Ivan Bolderev wheels into Sabre territory. There's Mano in the slot. Didn't get him the puck. McCarthy does. Mano to McCarthy to Bolderev. They're not getting shots. A shot blocked by Sauve, standing up well. Bolderev to McCarthy. A shot missed the net. Sauve controlling the puck, scoops it down the ice, and he looks so cool doing it. Goaltender to goaltender. Sauve scoops it down to Bromley. 8 seconds left in Gare's penalty. Kevin McCarthy turning with the puck. It's a 1-all tie. Vancouver battling for survival as you see Gare come back on the ice. Thomas Verdeen coming in on goal. Passes to Mano. He shoots, it's blocked. Lindgren gets the puck. Going for the net. Backhander. Oh, he missed the net. Mano at the left point. Over to Lindgren. Passes to Bolderev. Bolderev winding up, centering it. Oh, Mano going for the net, just missed it. Checked in by Lindgren. To Mano. Over for Verdeen and went to the corner. Verdeen, a move away from Heighton, stays with him and knocks him down. Craig Ramsey gets the puck, steers it ahead to Danny Gare. Gare coming in on Lindgren, 1-on-1. Gare's shot deflects off Lindgren wide. Mano turning in his own zone. There's Schoenfeld coming on. So now it's Buffalo with the man advantage as the second minor to Smeel is in effect. Lars Lindgren shooting. Good stop by Sauve, covering up the puck.
Well, that Lars Lindgren has added quite a bit to the Vancouver Canuck defense. He was injured, had a bad wrist in the first 2 games of this series. He came back and played exceptionally well last night, and he's much better tonight. He handles the puck well, skates with it, and lately has learned how to clean house in front of the net. The Swede is going to be a very, very good, solid defenseman.
Other games played in the playoffs tonight. Pittsburgh leading Boston by 1-0. A surprise Boston, you'll recall, in the first game of that series. And the New York Rangers, it is, the New York team, ahead of the Atlanta Flames. There's so many teams in New York City, I get confused, but the Islanders are out in Los Angeles.
Right, the Rangers with that 3-1 lead in that game, of course, lead the series 2-1. The Islanders play in Los Angeles later, and the Islanders have a 2-1 lead in that series. There will be a Boston-Pittsburgh game on Sunday night. There might be some hockey Monday night in a few cities. We don't know right now. The next round starts Wednesday. Harold Smith shoots, missed the net. Doug missed the puck. It bounces in front of the net as he was knocked down at the side of the goal by Odlinson. Out come the Sabres. This is Perreault moving in on Smith. Rick Sealing trailing. Perreault going for the net. Controlling the puck in the corner. Buffalo with a man advantage. Sealing at the point for Perreault on the boards. Put it to the end boards for Derek Smith. To Perreault. Martin waiting in the slot. Sealing with the puck to Perreault. Back to Martin. Sealing. Left point to Dunn. A shot blocked in front. Bromley's got the puck.
Well, that Bromley was really mentally sharp while the Buffalo Sabres were passing the puck around, tic-tac-toeing it with pretty good speed. Bromley stayed at his feet, and despite the fact that he was being, you can see here, the holding in front of the net, his concentration was excellent. When the shot was finally made, he's on his feet and come up with the puck.
McCarthy was tying up Smith there right in front of the net. There's 29 seconds left in the second minor to Smeal.
Certainly, I don't think we can say enough about Kevin McCarthy, who's going off the ice. The fellow that's right there now, Harold Snips. As he goes, as they both go, so go the Vancouver Canuck hockey team, and they have played exceptionally well in this series with Buffalo.
I think the only rest old Schneps is getting is when he gets a penalty. He's been on that ice almost all the time.
Face-off in Canuck territory. The Sabres lead, and the Canucks and the Sabres are tied, rather, but the Sabres lead the series, of course, 2-1. This game is 1-1, and the puck was cleared out. And Boxmeer, nice pass through to Rick Martin. He's got the big shot. Didn't get a chance to get it away as Brasser knocked the puck down and got it out. Vancouver's penalty killing throughout the season was a disappointing 16th in the league, but it did come on late in the season to play well. And the Canucks had to go through the last few games with wins. Van Boxmeer shoots. Bromley stopped it. Puck loose at the side of the net. Smeal's back on the ice. In the Vancouver zone, Odlinson goes to the puck, knocks it off the boards and down the ice. It'll be icing as Vancouver's back at full strength now. Van Boxmeer getting the puck. The icing call is made.
9 minutes, 52 seconds left now. Buffalo scored first in this game. Vancouver has tied it here in the second. Nothing like last night's game when Vancouver ran up a 5-1 lead and then hung on grimly. Had a couple of goals scored very late in the third period. Finally won at 5-4 to force this game here tonight.
Brett Ashton, 19 years old, from Saskatoon.
And has played very well.
And there's another fine young player who served 3 years in the minors before he gets a good chance to play with the Sabres, and he's playing exceptionally well. On a big line with McKegney and Gare. Shot by Mike Ramsey, went out the heel of the stick. McKegney shoots. Bromley got a piece of that shot, and it was a labeled hard shot by McKegney. This has been a very good line for Buffalo this year. 8 is McKegney, 18 is Gare, 19 is Smith. In goes Ashton to Lupel. Lupel tripped up. Play goes on. Puck is played in by Brasser along the boards. Hughes goes to, or Logan going to the puck at center. Oh, a hard hit by Gare. He got an elbow into the face of Lupel, and the Canucks bench react. And Gare is doing everything out there tonight. He's the man in the center of the action for the Buffalo Sabres. Big Larry Playfair, and Lupel bumped into him and bounces to the ice. Dave Logan with the puck. Dumps it in Buffalo territory. Mike Ramsey chasing it. Young man from Minnesota. From behind the goal. He likes to rush with the puck. He might get a chance right here. Will he give it back to him? He's moving. So's Derek Smith. to Gare. Shot went wide. Gradine, after that puck, steered it ahead to Dave Logan. Got it to center, hopped over Lupul's stick. Shot back in the Canuck zone. 8:43 left in the second period. It's a 1-1 tie, and it's a good one. Kurt Fraser in on Bill Height. Height breaks up the play, dumps the puck out. There's no icing. Back forward, John Hughes. Tiger Williams not in the Canuck lineup, suspended for a game for the incident involving Scotty Bowman at the bench early in last night's game. Dudley puts it in the corner for Luce. Went to the end boards. Craig Ramsey lost it. Dudley tied up by, or rather it was Luce tied up by Lars Lindgren. Here's a good pass in front of backhander went off Bromley. Dudley from behind the net, tried to jam it in front. Went around to the board. Fraser digging it out. Played it back in the corner. Hughes ices it. A race for the puck. Dunn and Smeal. Oh, a good effort by both of them, and Dunn won the race.
Whew. I'll tell you something else. I'm quite surprised that Sauvé didn't come in and field that puck.
Stanley Cup 80 will continue in a moment.
It's for people like you, people who do what you want at Canadian Tire. Anything you want to.
This summer, you want your car in perfect condition, so get it fixed up now at Canadian Tire. Whether you do it or we do it for you, we have the things you need and the prices you're looking for.
It's for people like you, people who do Canadian Tire.
Terrific pressure again around Bromley. Lost his balance a little bit on that one, but managed to kick it out, and there was no rebound.
7:54 left in the second period. The score is 1-1. Play in the Vancouver zone. McCarthy put it around on the boards as he's hit high back of the net by Lindy Ruff, who's on the ice for the first time for Buffalo. He's number 22, and that's Ruff with the puck. From Warburg, Alberta. Played junior in Lethbridge. He's another 19-year-old. The underage draft. Ivan Boulder, 2-on-1 with Butler. Butler winding up. He shoots. Sauvé picked it out and covers up the puck. Another big save by Sauvé. And again, there's a little extra activity with Darcy Rhoda right there in the middle of it.
Well, I have to think that the young Sauvé playing goal for Buffalo is the most entertaining goalie in the league. Now, having said that, he looks and analyzes, and that brain of his reacts quicker than anybody else. When the shooter runs out of options like Butler did there, he just attacked that puck carrier like he shot out of a cannon. Stayed solid. No way in the world he had room in the short side. No way in the world it was going to go between his legs. It had to go in off the post. That's how you play this game of goal. And I would say at this point in time, he's as good as anybody in the league, if not the best.
Goals against average on the season was 2-3-6, as you see. And he's only given up one goal in the playoffs this year. On the face-off, the puck is steered out to center. There's a race for it as Dudley shadows McCarthy, who got the puck across to John Hughes. Hughes slapping it in. Came off the end boards as Sauvé steers it to Playfair. It went high off the boards and into Vancouver territory. Now another race for the puck. So Bromley comes out to play it. Well, there'll be no icing. He had to play the puck. Hughes couldn't catch up with it. Dudley with the puck. Tried to center it. It hit Hughes. And it's controlled by Ivan Bolderin. One of the many National Leaguers out of Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Bolderin to Rhoda. Rink wide for Butler. Went off the glove of Mike Ramsey. Ramsey going at McCarthy with their elbows up. Puck came to center ice. Ramsey winds up. Slaps it in around on the boards. Bromley stopped it back of the net. Sealing hustling after it. Bromley had to scoop it to the boards. Rhoda back to Hughes, who fanned on it, but recovered it. Got it to Darcy Rhoda. The Butler coming in with Bolderev. The defense is back. Butler tried to get it to Bolderev, and the play was broken up as Schoenfeld took Butler out of the play. Rick Martin with Perreault, two of the best. To Perreault, he just missed the quick pass. Snipped to Lupul. Dumped the puck out. Not dressed for Vancouver tonight are Dennis Kearns and the suspended Tiger Williams, and two injured players, Jerry Gillis and Rick Blight. They've been out a lot late in the season with injuries. And two key forwards in the Vancouver roster. Sabres have had an excellent year as far as injuries are concerned. They had 8 players play the full 80 games. Snaps with the puck. Now to Mano. It's 1-1 as Mano flips the puck in. Sauvé caught it. Leaves it. That's Rick Martin losing it. Recovered in front. Loose puck steered to the boards. Sealing had his pass blocked by Rolly Brasser. The former Minnesota North star dumping the puck in. Sauvé controlling it for Van Buxmeer. Checked by Ashton. Martin turning with the puck. Off the boards, out of the reach of Sealing. Driven right back in by Fraser. Hey, the tension will build up if they stay in this tight kind of hockey game right through it. It's 1-1 with 5:08 left in the second period. Schoenfeld rushing. Putting on a move. Puts it in front. Bromley makes a big save on Perreault. As Perreault couldn't get the puck up high, and it's still 1-1.
Great play by Schoenfeld, setting up Perreault, who fortunately for Bromley was in too close to really make a play. Bromley stood his ground. That's all he could do.
Well, Bromley read the play. I think he knew the pass from Schoenfeld was going on a Perreault's stick right in front of him. Now watch this. Watch Bromley just as the pass comes. He did the only thing he could do. Get down, say a little prayer that it's not going to go under me. If it goes over top of me, it's going to go over top the net. Another great save, and this youngster's proving that, hey, maybe he can play 2 good ones in a row.
He did a great job for Vancouver down the stretch late in the season. His season record was 8 wins, 2 losses, and 4 ties. Height with a shot. Oh, just kicked away by Brownlee, who was going for the far corner. Battle for the puck on the boards. Craig Ramsey picking it up in the corner. He's tackled by Odlison. Covered up along the boards as the play is stopped.
That was the right description, me son. Tackled by Odlison.
From the Pacific Coliseum, the Stanley Cup playoffs, Game 4.
What's it take to brew a great light beer?
The movement to light.
At the Pacific Coliseum, looking at the Buffalo bench, I'm Ted Reynolds with Howie Meeker and Jim Robson.
And that is Chris Odlison, who, by the way, is playing on his option year. The contract expires at the end of this season. Formerly with Oakland and Boston, and a steady performer in Vancouver. Fraser couldn't pick up the puck along the boards. Height goes to it on the boards, beaten to it by Odlison, got it to Kurt Fraser, didn't get it out. Ramsey picks it up, now to Loose, centering it. Oh, Bromley sprawled and steered away from right in front as it almost bounced off Gare in front of the net. Well, you see Scotty Bowman doing some line juggling now. He's got Gare out with Loose and Ramsey. They, of course, in the past have played together a lot. Logan throws a check on Loose. The referee gets the worst of it. For some reason, the crowd cheers as Hogarth was bounced around, but he bounces up. Puck is shot into Sabre territory. Kurt Fraser after it in the corner. Bill Height takes him out, and they cover up the puck to stop the play.
That Height, no matter how excited anybody else gets, he just does his job almost rhythmically. Here's that play in front of the net again, and Bromley sprawling out, and the fellow who was stirring it all up once more, Danny Gare.
I just don't think he's playing good hockey, and you two fellas are raving about the guy.
Who?
He gets his goals by going up and down the wing and playing his position and shooting the puck. He hasn't done that in this series.
I think
he's given the puck away more in this series than any other guy wearing a Buffalo uniform.
I think Gare's trying to do everything for his team tonight. That's one of the reasons why he maybe is wandering a bit. He had 5 shots